This man broke the rules. His first symphony starts with a wrong chord, a cheeky middle finger to tradition. Beethoven used rigid forms and stretched them. Symphony No. 1's secret weapon? Dynamics, whispering strings, roaring brass. He invented tension before it was cool. Symphony No. 1 wasn't just a debut, it was a blueprint for innovation, for rebellion, for us. So, ready to understand how a 24-year-old rebel rewrote music forever.
Let's dissect the symphony that started it all. So guys, I needed the definitive score for Beethoven's first symphony. And apparently, this edition comes from Japan. Was Beethoven secretly into sushi? We may never know. But this score, chef's kiss. Look at these lines. Check out this crazy start. Beethoven's first symphony starts with a musical prank, a chord so wrong. It made wigs fly off in Vienna. Why is this chord wrong? This piece is supposed to be in C major. This is the C major scale. Is there a B flat? No! And what's this? This, and this. All these B flats belong to F major, not to C. You know that very well, Ludwig. And what are you doing here? You have the orchestra play a C7 chord, only to end up in F major. Next comes G7 and A minor. Great. A minor is the parallel minor to C major. You could build on that. But no. Now you come to us with D7 and G major and you carry on with that. How are the listeners supposed to find their way around? I've got you figured out, Ludwig. You want to keep everyone guessing so that you can finally bring them the salvation here in bar 13, even if it's quiet at first. But we'll get to your way of dealing with loud and quiet. Now, to dissect this symphony properly, I did what any sane person would do. I rebuilt it from scratch with my virtual orchestra. At least the first 110 bars. Yes, that's every instrument recorded separately. No, I did not sleep much. Before we listen to this, piece by piece, let's take another look at the score, especially at the
Tsunami!
forte piano, crescendo, forte piano, crescendo, 3 times forte, piano, crescendo, and so on and so forth. Imagine these volume fluctuations as the elevation profile of a bicycle tour. Would you like to go on such a tour?
No!
Did the audience at the premiere of the symphony want to hear something like this? Well, we'll come to the audience later. Now you are my audience. Well, musically speaking, this is anything but the usual beginning of a symphony at the time. It actually sounds more like an ending, doesn't it? How did you like it? Let me know in the comments. Melodies, the bread and butter of composers. But Ludwig, he didn't just bake bread, he invented sourdough. Let's dissect his recipe. Let's leave the intro, turn to the Allegro section and meet theme 1, Ludwig's earworm. It's short, it's catchy and it's deceptively simple. Now let's autopsy this thing. Part 1, the hello. Part 2, the hello again. Part 3, the plot twist. This little motif, Beethoven loved it. He plants it like a meme, first subtle, then everywhere. By bar 41, violin 2 is also infected. And now, the payoff. The entire orchestra catches the motif like a musical flu. Absolute pandemic. Ludwig's first theme is a masterclass in motivic development. He takes a few notes, repeats them in new combinations, sometimes faster, sometimes louder, sometimes in different instruments, and builds a dramatic structure step by step. Theme 2, flute and oboe doing a pas de deux. So elegant, so un-Beethoven? Nope. Wait for the plot twist. It's nice to see how Ludwig gradually invites the orchestra to the party. Clarinet, fashionably late. Bassoon, bringing some drama. The strings have arrived and are slowly getting into their stride at the party. The strings have now entered well and repeat the theme like a good party song. And everyone is now joining in. It's orchestral FOMO. But before the audience falls asleep, boom, suddenly it becomes a rave. Ludwig says,
You wanted energy? Here is energy.
the basses are finally getting solos. Bassoon, cello, bass. This is their Taylor's version moment. Let them shine. Now notice how beautifully Ludwig places the other strings and woodwinds around it. Again, with a good shot of dynamic, of course. All in all, a successful recipe for heading towards the finale. Beethoven slams the door with Theme 1. Because why invent a new ending when you can just yeet the opening back? Composers, take notes.
Let's recap. Beethoven's First Symphony isn't just music. It's a party. And Ludwig? He's the DJ, the bartender, and that friend who randomly turns up the speakers. Right? He starts with a mysterious intro, like someone whispering, "Psst, the party's downstairs." And so his Allegro starts quietly. But the closer you get to the dance floor, the louder it gets. Just when you think it's peak chaos, he throws in a little pianissimo woodwind solo, like a chill lounge. But don't get comfy. Cue the tutti tsunami, trumpets blasting, timpani throw confetti, and Ludwig screaming,
You wanted energy? Here is energy.
So, my fellow composer friends, steal his moves and surprise your listeners. Build tension like a strobe light. And never forget, the best ending leaves everyone breathless, asking, wait, is there an after party?